What has happened to GoPro? What do I mean by that? Well, GoPro have been like the leaders for such a long time, but at the moment it seems to just keep getting it wrong. Now I want to make this clear. I do really like GoPro, and I've had GoPros for a long time, and I do hope that in the future I can start using the GoPro again. Ever since I started filming mountain biking content, I always was using a GoPro, but in recent times we've now got cameras from DJI and even Insta360, and these are some really good cameras. I am going to do some reviews on all of these at some point soon, but these cameras are just so good that it's just sort of taken over from GoPro. Now with GoPro, the actual video quality is still amazing. That's not where I have my problem. My biggest problem with this camera is just sometimes it fails to just work. And what do I mean by that? Well, we went to Canada last year, and every time we go to Canada, it's just such an awesome time. We have an amazing trip. But as you can imagine, it costs a lot of money, a lot of time traveling over there, so we just want to get some incredible videos throughout the trip. It was a nice sunny day, and we all decided to go out mountain biking, and we're pedaling up this trail for probably about an hour, and we want to hit Half Nelson. Now anyone who knows swimmer trails or seen some of the videos, Half Nelson is an incredible, super fast, flowy trail, top to bottom. It is just amazing. Now we're at the top, we're all ready to go. We start the cameras, I pedal a little bit, get into the first section, and the camera powers off. I start it again, it powers off, and the whole way down, it just kept powering off. So I literally got no video in the end. And the thing that was just so frustrating is that it was such an amazing trail. We had travelled so far and did so much, all for the footage to just be gone like that. Now this problem continued for the rest of the trip. We went to hit Credit Line, just such an amazing trail, and we took Geo the dog, which was just such an awesome day. So Dad let me borrow the DJI Osmo, and it works so good, got some crazy, amazing footage. But Dad was on the GoPro, and it just kept stopping.
Send the strongest email recording right now.
I am, yeah.
Sorry, what is going on with GoPro? Sorry, just I'm gonna. You just need to work, don't they?
Yeah.
That's right.
You could see in that video, if you've watched it, Dad was getting really annoyed and frustrated, and rightly so, because again, we've travelled all that time, and we were trying to get some amazing footage of this place we only go to like once a year, and the GoPro just kept letting us down. Another little issue, and it is a small one, but every time you turn it on, it seems to get you to change the time and date. Now I know it seems something so minor, but when you're at the top of the trail, when you just want to get going, you don't really want to be fiddling around with your gloves trying to change the time and date. But if you skip it, your footage is then going to have all different dates, and it's going to be harder to find. Like I said, it's so simple, but it does get pretty annoying. For such a long time, GoPro have just been the #1 action camera. It's like, it doesn't matter what any other camera it was, you were going to have a GoPro, they were the best, and just got amazing footage. But yeah, as of recently, I'm now using the DJI as my main camera. And why? Well, for starters, it just works. It's just really easy to use, straight out of the box, film with it, gets really good footage, and you can rely on it. And that is the main thing for me. When I'm trying to get some really good footage and you're riding down some crazy trails, you don't want the camera to just be stopping and powering off. You want it to be working the whole time so you can get to the bottom and be confident that you'll have some good footage at the end of it. The strange thing about all of this is that GoPro have been in the game, as I said, for such a long time, and they make really good cameras. Now DJI, again, incredible products. I love all their stuff, like their drones are amazing. But they're relatively new to the action camera market, but this DJI Osmo Action is just incredible. Like the colours, the quality, just some of the features it has as well are just so easy to use. Even now with the Insta camera, now I do need to use this more and have a bit more of an experiment with it, but straight away again, it works really well and it still gets really good footage. So it just seems weird that you've got two brands that are relatively new to the action camera market, but instantly they just seem to work so much better. Now one thing that GoPro have over all the other cameras is video stabilization. It's definitely the smoothest footage. As mountain bikers, we're blasting down the trail, it can get pretty rough and crazy, and now that we don't have gimbals or anything on these cameras, they've got a lot to live up to, but the GoPro definitely does it really well. So the GoPro is still a great camera, and I've always loved GoPro, had lots of their cameras, and they make a really good product. It's a little bit like the Formula One if you watch it. Mercedes, being the leaders for such a long time, and then all of a sudden they seem to be mid-table and they just keep getting the car wrong. Been about 2 or 3 years in a row. A little bit like that for the GoPro. Leaders forever, and now it seems like they've dropped the ball and these other cameras are taken over. But I would really like to see GoPro bring it back and make an absolutely amazing action camera for mountain biking. Now, cameras for mountain biking definitely don't have it easy. Like, you've got the speed to deal with, you then got stabilization with that rough terrain, and then also like the dark, dense forest, because sometimes it can be really dark, even when it's a nice sunny day. So it's a lot for the camera to try and work together to make a really good video in the end. But I do really hope that now we've got DJI, Insta and GoPro, hopefully that can just create a good competition that would just push that technology further and further, and that we can get some really good content for mountain biking. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week for another ride.